5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. I just saw Kelly Reads a Lot has done the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 challenge tag, and I thought, yeah, that sounds fun. So I thought I'd give you my 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5 recent 5-star reads. 5 5-star reads. And I think my first one of those is Onyeka and the Academy of the Sun by Tola Okoguru. It's a difficult name to say. Okoguru. I hope I get it right. Please, if you know how it's pronounced correctly, please put it in the comments. But this is a fantastic celebration of black girl hair, where Onyeka is a young girl whose magic comes from her hair. Really interesting world building. Really enjoyed this one. My number 2 is Meg, Jo, Beth and Amy, a graphic novel by Ray Terciero and Brie Indigo, which is a modern retelling of Little Women. Absolutely beautiful, simple, well-told story. Number 3 is a chapter book, and it's Lizzie and Lucky, The Mystery of the Missing Puppies by Megan Ricks, which is just a real delight to have a deaf main character who is just culturally deaf, who is a role model for any deaf child, and there's so much in the story that just normalises being a deaf person. Oh, and it's a very good mystery story. I mean, it's simple, but that's totally appropriate for the age range it's aimed at. My number 4 is Song for a Whale by Lynn Kelly, which is the story of a young deaf girl finding her place, her identity and her place of belonging through her need to communicate with a whale that is not able to communicate with other whales. And it's a mixture of road story, retelling. Yeah, it's just really well told, and of any book I've read with signed dialogue, I think it carries it very, very well, including carrying it when there's a lack of understanding. So I really liked this one, and I've also had a very good review of it from a year 5 class who were reading it last term and really enjoying it. Now, my number 5, I don't have as a physical copy. I have it as Kindle. I'll just wake my Kindle up. And that is 90s Kids by Savvy Lisa. I think it said Lisa. Let's find the cover. Why does things not... And this was a really good queer telling. Sorry, my tongue got in a tangle there. But 90s Kids by Savvy Lisa is it Lisa or Eliza? I'm not sure. Again, tell me down below. About time travel from the driving test centre. And it's the lovely love story between two millennial kids who find their way back to 1989. So I really enjoyed that one. And that's my 5. 4. Auto-buy authors. 4 auto-buy authors. So 4 authors that if I see a new book coming out by them, I will automatically buy it. I think Tom Fletcher of the Christmasaurus. I've really enjoyed the Christmasaurus books, and it's instantly one of those ones that I go, oh, he's got a new one out. Also enjoyed the Eve Project series, which he wrote with his wife, whose name I can't remember right now. So I would always pick up something by something new by Tom Fletcher. Jodie Taylor, the St Mary's time travel stories, and the Time Police. Such a brilliant sense of humour. Absolutely gets my funny bone. The whole playing with history, I just love it. Number 3, I think, would be Nell Patterson, who the writer of Silent Night, and I'm currently listening to Hyde. She writes these really interesting, complicated mysteries, and always with a thread of deaf characters. She's got the series that are about a interpreter who has a deaf sister, and that. But Hyde is something a bit different. Still interestingly using lots of things about the dynamics between sisters. I'm only about halfway through, so don't spoil it. And I think probably the 4th one I would say is April Daniels, and that's the Dreadnought series. I've really enjoyed the first two books and can't wait to find out where the story's going to go next. 3. Favourite genres. 3. Favourite genres. I think I tend to read quite a few different genres, but the ones that really catch me are the sort of utopia, dystopia, science fiction. Exploring what would happen if. And also linked to that is that the speculative fiction, where you've kind of got that alternate world. If one thing was different, where would it be? I think his Dark Materials takes that and expands it so far. I think his Dark Materials became very complicated. I'm really enjoying the TV show though. And suspense and thrillers, they're not something that I would automatically say is my genre that I would instantly be attracted to, but I'm finding myself really enjoying thrillers. The Nell Patterson books are absolutely captivating. They're the things that I listen to while I do housework, and you've got to kind of listen. I found they're not so good for listening to while I'm trying to sleep, because my mind just wants to know what's going to happen next. And suspense and thrillers are things that I tend to listen to an audiobook, where sort of science fiction-y things I quite like reading the actual book. And within all 3 of those, I love it where there's a really good sense of humour as well. So maybe what I like is comedy. I don't know. But yeah, that's my 3 favourite genres.
2 favourite places to read.
2 favourite places to read. I think this sofa. On this sofa, which has wonderful pull-out leg supports as well, recliner, and it is really comfy for reading, especially with my new book cushion. I never knew you could get book cushions until I found one, and it's just like I put it on my knee, and it means that I don't have to hold the book, so it supports the book as I'm reading. It's brilliant. So on the sofa with my book cushion. The other place I love is in the summer, out camping, sitting on the grass outside my tent with a blanket, and just that complete not having to do anything, relaxing. I love that. So campsite and sofa.
And 1 book I promise to read soon.
1. A book I promise to read soon. Well, this one. The Whispering Dark. I have a feeling it's going to be quite heavy reading. It seems like it's going to be quite an intense read, but it just sounds really interesting. A paranormal thriller laced with twists and revelations that will stop your heart. It sounds like it's going to be quite dark. I think just the illustrations on the cover get that sort of sense of this is going to be quite a dark but engaging story. So I'm quite excited about that one. And that's the one I promise to read soon.
Thank you for listening, and I'd like to wish you all a very peaceful end to 2022 and a very happy new year. Bye.